My name is Dawn Harper Nelson. I am the 2008 Olympic gold medalist from Beijing in the 100-meter hurdles. I am the world bronze from this Daegu, and I actually also got the silver in 2012 Olympics in the 100-meter hurdles.
So let's start from about 2008, and how did winning that medal, because it's certainly done something, because you're not from 2007 to 2008 a completely different physical athlete.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So winning the Olympic Games certainly did something to you, for you. What was that?
It's the confidence that it gave me, because you go to practice every day, you put in the work, and to know, in my training group at the time, we had Michelle Perry, we had Joanna Hayes, and Jenny Crawford, and, to line up with them day after day, and it's just a battle, and I'm like, okay, sometimes I'm beating them, and I'm always right there with them. I should be able to go out here and compete, on a world level. And so when I actually went out to win the Olympics, it just said, okay, it just, signified my training is paid off. I am, if not the best, one of the best in the world. And I believe that, if I just kept staying with Bobby Kersey's program, pushing the envelope as he would have me do every day at practice, pushing the best out of me, then I could go on and have a great career.
And so moving on from 2008 to 2009, talk us through sort of your training schedule and your attitude toward the 2009 World Championships.
That was intense because, Bobby had to really keep me level-headed and say, now all of a sudden, don't make it seem like the world is on your shoulders. They're not expecting you to go out there and do anything you haven't done before. You've won before. Your training is better than it's been. Just go out there and execute. And training was going great. Even my training partners were like, okay, you're looking really good. And I'm like, it's clicking. I was really excited about that. And even at our nationals, I won with 12:36. It was 2.2 win. But, to go out there, they just said, you're actually ready to go. So staying healthy for me has always been the big thing. And I stayed healthy through that year. But when I got to World Championships, I had the fastest time going into the finals. And in the back, things were clicking for me. And as the athlete, I remember going out there and I'm saying, you know what, I want to get out with them, because usually it's my start in my race that kind of, hinders me from, I think I would say, winning in the way that I would like to be comfortable in the earlier part of the race to go in and push the finish. And I always have to chase them down. And I actually had a good start in the finals. And I remember telling myself, move. And I was only at hurdle 2. I don't move at 2. Just stay with yourself and do what you do. And when I hit that hurdle, it just like my world just shook. And I just remember I don't even know how I finished the race, because I wanted to just stop, curl up in a ball, and just cry. So I went to the back and I ended up getting 7th, went to the back, and Bobby just told me, he said, I'm proud of you, but you can't take your losses this hard, because I was a mess. And it took me a while to get over that. I went on to actually have a pretty successful season still, but it still wasn't the same for me. So it took a lot to get over that.
What was your attitude going into the Daegu World Championships?
That one was different. It was closer to the 2008, because in 2008 I had knee surgery in February 29th. So to actually make the team and then go and win gold was kind of like, wow, this was meant to be. And I had knee surgery again in 2010. And so that really set us back from building on 2009's, season. And so going to 2011, Bobby was just saying, we just have to make sure this knee is okay. That was just the whole thing, the whole season. Even opening up, my opener was okay. I think I ran like 12.7, and we were like, okay, that's, closer to where we want to be, and we'll just keep pushing from there. So for 2011 to go into the World Champs, point blank, he just said, we're just racing. He was like, I just want you to put your heart out there. We know you're a competitor, and just put it together. And through the rounds, I felt horrible. And I remember after the second round, I went to Bobby and I was like, something's not right. You have to figure this out. Like, I need you to tell me something to make the light bulb come on. And when I got to the finals, I was in lane 8. And I was like, I am in lane 8 and all of the action is in the middle of the track. But I've always told myself, if you just give me a lane, then you're in trouble. So I tried to really rely on that. And I just remember when that gun went off, I didn't know where I was in the race. And I just kept thinking, you can't be too bad, you're feeling really good. And leaned across the line and I got 3rd. And I was truly happy, because Bobby wanted me to get on top of the podium. And that was where I got.
We're here now in 2013 and Moscow is coming up. As I think all events do, but especially, women hurdling, almost every year they throw up something or someone. I mean, you were the throw up package,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a few years
Mm-hmm.
back and messed up everybody's
Yeah.
situation. And this year we've got some great hurdlers coming through. How does the competition motivate you?
Oh man, it has put a fire under me. I love it. I do. After our nationals, I will say I didn't sleep for a couple of days. I was just like, sleeping is for the weak. I need to train, and it excited me. It just, even talking to my mom, she was like, I can hear the hunger in you over the phone. I'm excited. I love competition. I do, and for me, it doesn't shake me to see someone else run well. It just says, that's great. I'll have someone else to run with me. That's pretty much how I see it. And went back and I talked to Bobby, and we both said we're going to stick to our plan. That doesn't change anything. It's just now, like I said, it's going to be about executing like always, and there'll just be another person, another lane that's just as capable, and I accept that. I love it. So.
If a young person came to you, Dawn, and she was 12, 13, and she was considering whether she should do the hurdles or not, what is it about 100-meter hurdling that you would say to her, this is a great event?
Oh, good question. Oh, wow. I would say, to me, whenever I see the hurdles and when I think of them, to me it's poetry in motion. There's nothing like when you catch that race where it's clicking for you. I can say I've never had a perfect race, and I would tell her that, but I'm still chasing that. And the feeling of getting a 90%, race where you're like 90% of it clicked, you chase that dream or that feeling of what is it going to be like for me to put together my perfect race, and what time could that be on the board. And hurdling, I love hurdling. Just to run flat to me is like, who can do that? Everybody can do that. But to put 10 obstacles in your way, you have to be fearless. You have to be a different type of individual to say, I'm going to put it all out there for 10 hurdles and cross that line and see what I get.
I'm going to stick with the same scenario because you've had those ups and downs. It's coming off the track and falling apart,
Right.
and like you say, just wanting to roll up in a ball. Again, what would your advice be to when you hit those dark times, when you hit those dark moments? How do you get through them?
Oh man, with me, I would tell her, for me, my faith has been a very big part of it. I know that I was blessed with the gift, and I won't give up now. So in those moments, I say, this is a day in the life of a hurdler. This is a day in the life of a track athlete, an athlete in general. You're going to have those moments, but you know that you put the work in, and it's going to pay off. And you've had great moments, so rely on those. Go back to those. We're saying, you know what, it's not just about this moment. It's also about those great moments that I can give back to the fans, to my family, the people that supported me. So remember that it's more to track and field than just the dark moments and the bright moments. You have to put those together and say that I love the journey. The one thing that I do is I tell myself, enjoy your journey, no matter where you are. You have to appreciate it. It makes you who you are.
There's also been another momentous event in your life, and your name is no longer just Dawn Harper.
Yes.
So give us a little insight, if you would, into what's happened this year.
I actually got married. My name is Dawn Harper Nelson now, and I wear that Nelson proudly. It's funny to know that I'm so excited to get a bib that has Nelson on it, because for so long, I've been Dawn Harper, and now I went to a track meet and people screamed out Nelson, and it took me a while. I didn't turn around because I'm like, I don't know who that is, and I'm like, oh, that's me. So I've married the love of my life. His name is Alonzo Nelson. We've known each other since 8th grade, and we actually met in a hurdle race. He was the only boy to beat me. Still upset about that, no. But it's been wonderful. It has. He's a great support system for me. Bobby Kersey knows him very well. He's actually part of the family for Bobby. So it's just a great family that we have right now. It's definitely given me the comfort zone at home. Definitely comfortable when I go home. And to me, it's meant the world to have someone that honestly understands what I do, because he ran as well, and to support me in that, to know that, no, I'm not going to eat that. It's just not an option. No, I'm going to sleep. That's what's going to happen. And to not have someone that frowns upon it, or says, do you need to do those things? To push me and say, you said you were going to bed at this time. So, do you feel like you need to read this last book or do this, So the support system I just think that that's pushed me more than I could ever have imagined.
So we've had an Olympic title.
Mm-hmm.
How much would it mean to you in Moscow to be on the top of that podium and get that world title?
I have told myself it's been a while since I have heard my national anthem played, and it's about time. I think that this is something, it's meaning a lot to me, just like the Olympics. It's definitely formed into a dream, a goal of mine, a must-have, if you will. But I'm excited on how the winner's going to obtain this, because they're going to run something great. The way that us 100 hurdlers are running right now, no one is giving anyone anything. So to know whoever crossed that line first showed out, that's going to mean a lot.